within the crime detection environment. This evidence directly contradicts the National Commissioner's attempt to portray my intervention regarding the dockets as improper or misplaced. The information note confirms that proper investigative command and accountability must reside within the crime detection environment, precisely as I had maintained. His effort to characterize my insistence on adhering to this established governance principle as a point of contention is therefore unfounded and appears crafted to create the false impression of discord or power struggle, when in truth my position aligned squarely with approved SAPS policy and performance accountability. Furthermore, I attached hereto a letter dated 9 January 2024, authorized and signed by me in my capacity as Deputy National Commissioner Crime Detection, addressed to the Divisional Commissioner Crime Intelligence, marked Annexa SS30. This correspondence highlights the poor performance of detective service arising from long outstanding case dockets that remained within the crime intelligence environment, including counterintelligence investigation. Then I marked here with a pen page 484, so I'm not going to go there, I'm just going to read through the statement. The letter records that 71 case dockets, 81 charges, were currently retained at National Head Office of Counterintelligence Investigation and requires that feedback on these dockets be provided to the crime detection environment. It reinforces that investigative accountability for case dockets properly resides under the Deputy National Commissioner Crime Detection. It further illustrates that my engagement on this issue was consistent, transparent, and directed at ensuring compliance with approved South African Police Service performance structures, rather than reflecting any personal or improper motive. To characterize this matter as anything beyond a routine operational adjustment is an attempt to inflate a minor issue into something far more significant than it ever was.
Sorry, General, I think you've skipped a page. You actually at page 60, 189.
Apologies. I don't know if I should really read it from the previous part so that it flows. Or
you can continue from 189 additionally.
Additionally, yeah.
Additionally, and as appears from Annexes SS29, the National Commissioner did not approve the request insofar as it relates to counterintelligence dockets. Contrary to the narrative he now seeks to advance before the Commission, I accepted his decision and left the matter at that. I did not pursue it further, nor did I insist upon any transfer of counterintelligence docket. It is therefore incorrect and misleading for National Commissioner to suggest that I was intent on removing counterintelligence docket from the crime intelligence environment. Then I said, please refer to page 484. Paragraph 190, notwithstanding the above, it must be emphasized that my proposal was entirely unexceptional and fully consistent with generally accepted governance standards.
New discovery. After 15 years of research, 25 scientific publications, more than 8,900 molecules tested.
Expected to raise. His attempt to retrospectively label ordinary and policy-aligned oversight as something untoward is unwarranted and should not be countenanced. Just to add that this is what the National Commissioner expects me to do, just what I read above. So paragraph 191, The National Commissioner's third alleged point of contention relates to my view that General Khumalo should not continue to oversee the PKTT and that its oversight should instead be assigned to General Sintumule. My position was premised on the operational reality that Crime Intelligence Division was suffering the consequences of General Khumalo's extensive involvement with the PKTT, resulting in this diminished focus on his core mandate and responsibilities. To characterize this matter as anything beyond a routine operational adjustment is an attempt to inflate a minor issue into something far more significant than it ever was. In any event, the holding and expression of views in both lawful and inevitable is both lawful and inevitable in the proper discharge of executive and operational functions. Such engagement form part of ordinary decision-making and operational discourse, and is neither prohibited nor irregular. The expression of such views or options cannot without more be transmuted into evidence of impropriety or misconduct. Properly understood, the National Commissioner's complaint against me is not a bona fide complaint. It is contrived, selective in its focus, and premised on an incomplete account of the events leading to the disestablishment of the PKTT. In particular, it seeks to isolate my conduct from the broader institution and leadership context within which the relevant discussions and decisions occurred. The complaint further fails to engage with or account for the National Commissioner's own leadership responsibilities, including his prior knowledge of, participation in, and contribution to the discussions and processes that culminated in the disestablishment of the PKTT. By omitting this context, the complaint advanced a distorted narrative that improperly characterized routine operational engagement as misconduct, while deflecting attention from the National Commissioner's own role in the decision-making process. Allegations made by General Khumalo. I now proceed to address and canvass the allegations made by General Khumalo during his testimony before the Commission. At the time of depositing to this affidavit, I had not been finished with the written statement and the complete transcript of General Khumalo's evidence before the Commission. I have accordingly not been in a position to properly consider or analyze his evidence in its entirety. In this regard, I refer to Annexer SS4 and SS5, being correspondence exchange between my attorneys and the Commission concerning the documents I requested, which were necessary for the preparation of this affidavit, and which, as at the date hereof, I had not yet received. I also attached.
I'm sorry, General. Ms. Hassim, if I'm not mistaken, in my reading, I think I picked up about 3 such complaints, possibly even 4. Is it correct that the General did not get the documents he's referring to? And if so, what's the evidence lead as the explanation?
The statement, annexures, and transcripts were provided on 16 January in relation to this complaint regarding the evidence of General Khumalo. So there's been time since 16 January for the witness to address it.
All right.
And that was going to be my question now to the witness, which
All right,
is
let's
to say, General, that this was provided to you on the 16th of January.
Right.
and you haven't supplemented.
All right, let's leave it then. Let's deal with it during the questioning,
Cross-examining, sure.
if that's found to be necessary. General, please continue. I also attach here too.
What I wanted to ask, Chair, is that
Do you wish to respond to?
yes, as you can see, Chair, this part I underline.
General, may I suggest this? I heard Ms. Hassim say that she is going to engage you on this at the second stage of this process. May we leave the explanation you want to give for that stage, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You will get the opportunity.
Okay.
Thank you, General. Please continue.
I will proceed, Chair. The reason why you see me reading this and going straight, it was as advised that you go through the statement. So I was just
Yes.
going through the statement.
Yes.
Maybe if there is any supplementary, so I wanted to check if there is that I can then maybe take from and read so that I don't get to a point where I still say we didn't get when in fact it was then later given but in a different file. So that is what I wanted to check. Because sometimes if it was indeed sent on that date, it's something that I should be having, but I will proceed reading, Judge, as what I have in front of me.
Please,
Thank you, Chair.
You should do so. And my colleague, Commissioner Kumalo, has just showed me the date stamp of the commissioning police or sub-center. It appears that the affidavit was commissioned on the 12th of January, which appears to be, or rather which is before the 16th that Ms. Hassim is referring to. So factually what you say may well be correct, but as I say, let's engage further on this at a later stage, if that will still be necessary. Please continue.
I will just proceed reading.
Please continue.
Thank you. Paragraph 1.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I was not.
I'm not sure whether we're talking past each other. So the statement is correct that at the time, the annexures and transcripts in the statements had not been provided to the witness, but they were then provided on 16 January. So my point was, did you supplement it then? Because as far as we're aware, there's no supplemented statement that we've received to address the further information that you said you wanted to address in this statement, pertaining to General Kumalo, for example.
What I may say, my legal team may advise if we did, of which I think we responded. However, I did make my own notes on the side in case I have to continue on General Kumalo, but then I don't want to deviate. I have made my own notes of what I want to say, but as maybe directed by the chair, I will read.
Yes, please. Yes, General. Let us do that.
Thank you, Chair.
Let us do that.
Paragraph 197. In these circumstances, I confine myself to addressing only those aspects of his testimony that were glaring to me at this stage. I respectfully reserve my right to supplement this affidavit and to deal fully with General Kumalo's evidence once the written statement and full transcript have been made available. General Kumalo testified before this commission that a white BMW, which he asserted was assigned to my office, was observed on 27 November 2024 at the residence of one Katiso Molefa, and that the driver of the vehicle was allegedly seen collecting a white paper bag from Molefa. I submit that testimony is factually unsustainable. The white BMW in question was only assigned to my office on 4 August 2025. I attach here to a diary entry made on the very date the vehicle was received, marked SS32. The entry record not only the receipt of the vehicle, but also its condition at the time. Then I have written here page 501 and 502 in a red pen. Accordingly, at the time the vehicle...
General, sorry to interrupt. Just for the record, Chair, the witness did this past Monday submit to the Commission an additional annexure, Annexure SS46, which is to be read with this paragraph 200. It's not reflected here because it only came on Monday. Continue, General.
Accordingly, at the time the vehicle was allegedly seen at Mr. Molife's residence, it was neither assigned to me or my office nor under my control. The premise upon which General Khumalo's evidence rests is therefore demonstrably incorrect. In addition, on 27 November 2024, I was in Cape Town on official subs business, attending a meeting of the Portfolio Committee on Police. I attached here to marked SS33 corroborating documentation, including the hotel receipt for my accommodation and the official agenda of the Portfolio Committee meeting for the date. The document objectively confirmed my whereabouts. There are no obscure or contested facts. They were readily verifiable through elementary checks of vehicle assignment records. General Khumalo's failures to undertake such verification before presenting this evidence materially undermines the reliability of his testimony. More significantly, the omission of these readily ascertainable facts resulted in evidence being placed before this commission that is not merely incomplete but misleading in effect. The testimony creates an inference of proximity or association with, when tested against objective records, cannot be sustained. In these circumstances, General Khumalo's evidence on this issue must be approached with caution. The demonstrable inaccuracy of the foundational facts, coupled with the absence of basic verification, raises serious concerns about the credibility, objectivity, and evidential weight of his testimony, particularly insofar as it seeks to implicate me by association rather than by substantiated fact. In addition, the persistence in advancing these allegations without verification and in circumstances where objective record directly contradicted, in my view, place his motive for doing so squarely into question. It is also noteworthy that General Khumalo presented this commission evidence depicting the said notorious white BMW following and providing protection to me during October 2025. This raises a fundamental difficulty. According to the testimony of the National Commissioner, information allegedly implicating me in the involvement with an alleged drug cartel had already been made available to Minister Mngunu as early as January 2025. If that is so, it is unclear why evidence from October 2025 relating to a vehicle assigned to my official security detail only in August 2025 is being relied upon to retrospectively link me to alleged conduct said to have occurred in November 2024, at a time when the vehicle was not assigned to me at all. The chronological disconnect is stark. Evidence post-dating the alleged conduct by almost a year is being deployed to suggest corroboration of events which, on the objective facts, could not have involved me or a vehicle under my control. This incongruity renders the evidence not only irrelevant to the allegations it seeks to support, but also misleading in its effect. When viewed holistically, it underscores a pattern of selective presentation of facts divorced from their proper sequential and factual context. In my view, this is not a benign oversight. It materially undermines the reliability and probative value of the evidence and taken together with the earlier inaccuracies, place General Khumalo's credibility and his motive for advancing this narrative squarely into question. The cumulative effect of the evidence placed before the Commission reveals a pattern of selective disclosure whereby information is chosen and presented in a manner that advances a predetermined narrative about me rather than a balanced, objective account of witness C. Now,
account of the facts. That's how the sentence ends.
Can you please repeat?
Sorry, you misread the last line. It should read rather than a balanced and objective account of the facts.
Now, my concern, commissioners, this is a very important part of that was the nation believed that I'm involved, and a white paper bag they went to collect a paper bag associated with me. I don't want to elaborate much, but what I want
Don't you think this statement does that fairly substantially, because the simple point made there is that, as I understand it, at the time the BMW appears to be linked to you, it had not yet been allocated to your office. And I think you make that point quite clearly. Do you think there's a need for substantiation?
Yes, Commissioner.
Right,
I think there's a particular specific need.
But please be brief.
I will be brief. That vehicle was allocated to the detectives for quite some time. It has been with the cold case unit for quite some time. Now, at the time, it was used by my two protectors. These two is a team that I chose when they were at. This is the team that I deployed at the border gate of Mozambique to fight crime that side. I said, let me call the people that I trust. And then they sent them, whilst I was already on suspension long time ago, they knew about this BMW. They had it. They had the footage. They had the CCTV footage. But they chose, after the chair said to General Khumalo, I've gone through your statement, and I came across no evidence. He booked sick leave. When he comes back, then he introduces this part and the part of Jerry Boshoga. Now, this part to link the BMW as the one they gave to the protectors as they kept there, I knew. They didn't even know about the BMW. I didn't even know that they are sitting with CCTV that involve the one who went to collect the bag. Now, there's this new people who come not knowing anything, they give them this BMW. Then later they come, they say, you see this BMW driving out of General Sibiya's house. This is the same BMW. Then the whole country saying, yeah, this is what we've been seeing, which is not the case. I can move on.
Thank you.
Thank you. Allegations made by witness C. As with the testimony of General Khumalo, at the time of depositing this affidavit, I had not been finished with the written statement or the complete transcript of this witness evidence before the commission. I have accordingly been prejudiced in that I have not been in a position to properly consider or analyze this evidence in its entirety. I ought to have been afforded the opportunity to forensically assess this witness testimony, particularly in light of the evidence that there exists a 6-hour recording of Madlanga recorded pursuant to his arrest. Failure to make this recording available has materially prejudiced my ability to properly consider, analyze, and respond to the allegations arising from the testimony, notwithstanding that I have been implicated therein. After the witness completed his or her testimony, I specifically contacted my attorney to request the full recording referred to in that testimony. Said correspondence addressed to the commission by my attorneys is attached here to mark SS34. That recording has not been made available to me. I have no evidence as to how this recording was extracted or obtained. No information has been disclosed regarding its provenance. The circumstances under which it was recorded, the device from which it was sourced, or the manner in which it was.
Big day ahead.
Someone already had a power start. High in energy, 7B vitamins and iron. Kellogg's Cornflakes, power breakfast.
Accurately reflect the original content. In these circumstances, the alleged recording is inherently unreliable. Its existence and purported content raises serious concerns as to authenticity, accuracy, and integrity, including whether it may have been edited, selectively presented, or otherwise manipulated. Absent proper disclosure and independent verification, it cannot reasonably be relied upon as evidence against me. Furthermore, I categorically deny that I have ever received, solicited, or accepted any form of gratification, inducement, benefit, or kickback from Madlanga for any other from any other person. Any suggestion to the contrary is false, unfounded, and devoid of any factual basis. It is untrue that I need the chairperson and the commissioner's guidance. I don't want to call this name. In the meantime, it was witness so and so, and then tomorrow it will be like I exposed a name. I just want to get the guidance from the commission.
General, Ms. Bowe, please do not show this part of the, there are so many. I see also in 221.
Chair, it is redacted in the version that's going to be flighted.
General, may you please refer to witness F?
I will do so.
Yes.
I'm reading where I hope I won't make a mistake somewhere, but I saw it the first time. I hope I won't make the mistake, Chair.
Yes. All right,
Now,
please continue, General.
Thank you.
Well spotted, General.
On the other hand, just to ask one question, because of the fact that that video is on TV, and then if I refer to witness, I'm still in even saying this is the person. So I don't know. If the chairperson say move, I'll move.
Just continue, and when we get there, you see the difficulty is, and the reality is. So in a sense, it's. Let me not use the word I almost used.
I have a suggestion, Chair.
Yes.
According to my statement, this is the person that I'm talking to. But whichever witness XZ remain witness XZ. And it does not necessarily mean that witness XZ, it is the person that I'm talking about here. So as to make things easy. Otherwise, I will be then exposing him, even if I say witness so they will say, oh, this is the same person. That's my suggestion, Chair.
Just use F. We do have the difficulty that everybody knows we have, but just say witness F.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chair.
For what it's worth.